Getting off of that topic, we gotta talk about the big main topic that we really had to go through last week, and that has to be Schoolboy Q's album, Blue Lips. It finally came out, I believe, March 1st. It dropped. He's been on a 5-year hiatus. Going into this album,
don't even seem that long, bro.
It doesn't, but Crash Talk. And he really wasn't dropping anything in between it. He wasn't really doing features or anything like that.
What Q does, I love his rollouts, and I like that when he drops, he like, and then if it's over, he's gone. Like where's Q, bro?
But the one thing that he did, I remember he did that interview with Charlamagne, and I believe this was before Crash Talk or right after Crash Talk. It was one of those two. I remember he did some type of interview somewhere where he was kind of disappointed that, Blank Face, he felt like that was his best album. Yeah. And he was like, it didn't sell well, but something like Crash Talk, something I didn't really put my all into, like a Blank Face, it sold the best out of all my albums. Yeah. So I remember him, coming out with that interview. And Q, so far in this rollout, I gotta say that this has to be my favorite Q rollout because of him being so active on social media, replying back to fans, talking to fans, asking us, what's your favorite 3 songs of the day off the album? Or, he's replying and, like commenting certain stuff. He's answering people's questions. To me, this is the most involved I think I've seen an artist of his caliber or at his level in terms of like popularty.
I say J. Cole. J. Cole actually come up to your house.
Yeah.
I'd be like, come on, bro, chill. Don't knock on my door. But with Q, bro, I feel like I enjoy the rollout to Blank Face better, only because of how he did like the little movies and the music. Yeah, I loved it. I actually watched.
I like the artistic vision behind
Blank Face was the concept.
We're gonna talk about Blank Face today. We're gonna talk about his albums here and there. Yeah. But the main thing that we're gonna talk about right here is Blue Face or Blue Lips. Ooh, I want to call it Blue Face so bad. But going into this album, what did you anticipate with this? Because coming off of Crash Talk, I will say that this album, I didn't know what to get from this album because usually with Q, he already has these thematic things happening, or he kind of previews these themes or concepts that he's going to have in the album. With Oxymoron, you can tell like, oh, there's these things that I got to do that, it's kind of against my character, but I got to do it because, I got to live, I got to eat and things like that. Then we got Habits of Contradictions, which all the songs are really going to his habits, drugs, having sex, being a drug dealer, the super surface level stuff for Q. And then we have Blank Face, which is, that's one of the best names albums I think I've ever heard.
No face, no case, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So Blank Face.
I like the tone that he really sets with that album, and I like the vibe and consistency and the mood that he brings with Blank Face itself. Crash Talk
was like that commercial track trying to,
like I say, it's like Kendrick Lamar's "Dang," where it has those commercial, super radio friendly hits.
He grabbed Travis Scott on that album.
Yeah, he Travis Scott on there.
Kid Cudi on there. He was going for different sounds. I can see.
Yeah, and I will say that after re-listening to it, I liked it a bit more than I did initially because when it first came out, coming off of Blank Face, I was like, what is this, Q? Like, I respect it. Some of these songs are bangers.
Yeah, there's some songs on there I still play. Like Num Num Juice.
Gang Gang is hard, too.
Gang Gang, yeah.
But Chopsticks, like with Travis Scott, I'm like, I don't really like this. And the song with Ty Dolla $ign and YG, or I know Ty Dolla $ign's on it for sure. I'm like, I do not like this. Yeah. And I get that Q was trying to branch out, maybe play with some new sounds here and there. And I respect him for that. Like I said, I give him grace for Crash Talk. It's not a bad album at all. Q has no bad album in his discography.
It's just the weakest.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
like I like Setback. I still rock Setback sometimes.
Yeah, like I would say that Crash Talk is definitely the weakest, but I still enjoy it a little bit more than I did initially. And so,
especially sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes you got.
I agree because sometimes I think when it comes to the recency bias of how you feel about something as it comes out then, and then you give it a few years to grow, give it a few years to like stand on its own legs, and then you come back to it. I'm like, all right, just like with Oxymoron for me.
Like for real, like Oxymoron was for me at first. I was let down, even though I enjoyed the album. I just wanted more. Just kind of how he was talking about this album, like, yo, I need, and then my expectations. But other than with Blank Face is like the album that's like, it did it for me. It hit first listen for Blank Face for me.
Same. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, what is Schoolboy Q doing on this? Yeah. But I gotta say this about this album right here. On first listen, this album did not hit for me.
Same. It didn't do
this album. Okay, we link right there. This album, it did not hit for me first listen. And I was just thinking to myself, Q, what are you? What is this? What is the theme of Blue?
What confused you?
So my thing is, usually Q has this consistent theme or concept going throughout his albums. But with a title like Blue Lips, I'm like, I don't get what a theme is or the concept is. It feels a bit everywhere. You could tell that Q has definitely grown. He's definitely matured. He's definitely gotten better at rapping since his last effort of Crash Talk. And he's definitely going for a more cohesive album in terms of, I'm not trying to go for the radio single on this album. Yeah, there's some songs that can possibly be on radio and playlists, but I'm not aiming for that on this album, similar to Blank Face. And my thing was, there were so many different types of sounds that was happening on this album, where I'd have this hard trap, not trappy, but hard hitting bass song, but then I'd have a more laid back, more mature,
all in one song.
Concepts. Yeah, exactly.
And that was
because he did do a lot of
that was confusing, like, because I'm working and I also listen to this album, so I'm like, okay, what song is this? Okay, is this the same song? So I was dealing with that like crazy, bro. I was confused. I'm like, where am I going? Like, I was in this. I was in a state of uncomfortability, to be honest with you. Like, I'm like, I don't know how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
And that was I think, to me, that's one of my favorite parts about this experience of listening to Blue Lips, because I'm like, I don't know how to feel. Like, like, and I was going through it, and I was listening to the song, so I'm like, okay, I like this song, I like this song, I like this song, I like this song. I basically like dang near most of the album. I'm like, something's not clicking for me on an album level in terms of like, why is this all not just syncing up with me right now? I like these songs on their own, but what is like wrong to where I'm not getting the whole concept of the album? And so I listened to it for a second time. I'm like, all right, I know I like these songs for sure now. It's not just, oh, I like the beat of the song. No, I like the lyrics that he's spitting as well, some of the maturity and some of the growth that he does show on this album. I'm like, all right, I want to call him Blue so bad. Schoolboy, I see where you're going at on this. I don't see where you're going at, but I'm liking these songs right here. And I like some of the transitions. And I will say that the first half of the album, on first listen, I thought it was a bit of a, it was a slow burn. That's why I like to best describe it as a slow burn. I feel like the second half of the album, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what are we doing right now? Some of the features that we had on here, which I will say that some of the features, I don't want to say disappointed me, but I do wish there was more from the features, which we'll talk about a bit later. But I just was so confused with it. But I think after the third or fourth listen, I'm like, I'm all the way here, baby. Especially after I read the definition of Blue Lips on his website, because I was like, all right, I got to look a bit more into
I thought about the kid. Because, like, I remember, like, you know, I have a baby. You know, I had a baby. And I remember, like, them being not, if they lips are blue, they're not breathing and this type of stuff, right? And I'm like, so I was thinking about this album, how I felt, like, confused. I felt uncomfortable. I felt claustrophobic in a way. Like, I felt like I can't breathe. I felt like it was so much coming at me, bro. Like, even just with content, I mean, with the content matter, like, some of the it's mostly with the beat switches. And I was just like, it's just, I don't know, bro. I don't know how to feel. I need a breath of fresh air, bro. Let me run outside. No, for real, bro. I felt trapped.
Like, it felt
really trapped to me.
Like, it was closing you in. Yes, I will say that. And I will say that he kind of does touch on that, talking about being trapped in the house. Bro, he wanted to send his kid out to school. Right. We paying for, you know, kids not being safe out there because of certain things happening at schools that shouldn't be happening at all.
Right.
And so, certain topics that he touches on with that, I'm like, oh, he's really talking about fatherhood on here. But also, like I said, he was talking about that trapped in the house thing. You guys don't understand where I was at. And I'm like, I really feel like right now, I'm going into the mind of Schoolboy Q, which is what I don't think we ever got on the album. We've gotten his experiences, we've gotten his habits, we've gotten, you know, his gangster lifestyle. Right. But I feel like with this album, we're getting the psyche of Q, like how he's thinking, how he feels.
Like, I don't know if anybody on this, like anybody, like I guess got this concept to me, but it felt like a movie to me. Like, in a way of, like, from the titles, like Funny Guy, and he was just like, on Funny Guy, it's like, okay, life is funny in a way, and then you go with Pop. And the Pop is like mad aggressive. That's why I feel like you got all of Q in this. And if you keep going down, you got the introspectiveness. Then you got him talking about women. Then you got him talking about, you know, other gang stuff. Then his mom being in the army and how he feel about this country. And then going into like freaking.
That was on Germany 86, right?
And then talking about like cop killing pretty much on what's called Pig Feet. I was just like, it was all the stuff that's in his mind, like. And in the way how he laid it out, at first I thought it wasn't cohesive. But if you listen to the album, to me, it feels like really well put together, bro. Like, it felt really, and I'm like, it's now to me, bro, even though like it's beats up and down, to me it still flows really well to me. And I'm like, I don't know, I still feel like a movie. And then even how he tied back Smile to Funny Guy. And I'm like, after all this chaos, you smile. And I'm like, yo, it just.
And they both have to do with your mouth.
Yeah, with your mouth. And I'm like, bro, it hit me like, dang, maybe that's maybe what it is, bro. Because like all this stuff in the middle, bro, like you got this stuff laughing. Like, all right, I'm about to put you on, like, we were saying, don't bring the whole. What do you say? Don't bring the hoes, bring the money back, nigga, whatever. Like,
like on Ohio or something like that.
Now I'm talking about like in the beginning on Funny Guy. Like,
when he was just doing the mumbling.
It was like, don't. And it's like, in the background, you could hear somebody saying like, I don't know if he's saying like, oh, you a funny guy, like, are you joking? I don't know. I was really trying to listen because it's something in those lyrics he's saying, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it just felt like, oh, like, bro, I'm finna put y'all, like, he's a funny guy, like, I'm finna put y'all on a trip, bro. I don't know. That's how I felt.
I will say that because, funny does have different definitions in terms of funny, haha, or funny, weird.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So this was definitely a weird experience going into it. And like I said, I didn't get the concept at first because I feel like this was way too chaotic.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe that's the point.
That's the point. That's what
and then, like I said, I got the definition that he put on the website.
I haven't looked at that.
And, blue lips, it's a noun, verb, adjective, plural, lipped, synonymous with, I'm not going to blur this out, cooning.
Yeah.
Synonymous. And
that's why he had probably the gap in the two. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a minstrel. Like,
and then, his first definition for it was speechless, especially as a temporary result of shock or strong emotion.
Right.
This is how I felt first listening to it.
Yeah.
2, of a person or mood, shocked, speechless, or embarrassed. The crowd gave me blue lips. Another definition he gave, a particular attitude toward or way of regardless or regarding something. 2, coon.
Yeah.
They were cooning.
Yeah.
And the verb version of blue lips, become fully aware of something as a fact, understand clearly. I feel like I went through all cycles of that throughout my multiple listens.
And you can hear him talk about like introspectiveness, about like, oh man, like I got these kids over here in the house. Like he's talking about fatherhood, but then he also talk about killing somebody. So it's like it's that stereotype, it's that cooning, and some of the songs are just really like loud, heartbeat. It's like, bro, it's like stereotypical, like some nigga, like some black music. Like black if you hear some hip hop or like somebody, they'll think of like something like this. But if you listen to this album, you're gonna get all of it. You're gonna get everything to me.
So I gotta ask you a question. Do you think that this is Schoolboy Q's most introspective album?
In a way, I do. I believe this is probably.
I think in terms of like him actually being introspective, as in like we getting to know him and how he thinks, rather than a blank face where I feel like this gave me his life, not really what exactly he's thinking.
I think it's his best work, bro. I think Blank Face is probably his best album, but I think this is probably like him being like showing that his skill. Like, even though like some of the lyrics are not like, he's not mad, lyrical, who cares about that? But how Q approaches projects, like even with his concepts, how the aggression, like you feel it, bro. Like, so it's like, I just think with this album, he actually put all of him together in one. And I feel like this was, to me, bro, this is probably his best work. I don't know if it's recency bias, but it just feels like, I feel like I got Q on this, bro.
So I want to say personally, I do agree with you on that. I feel like Blank Face is his number one in terms of like as a whole project and package deal itself. Blank Face to me will always be number one.
Yeah.
Some of the things that he did on Blank Face to me is still amazing, especially since I listened to it.
John Mayer, oh my God.
Or Groovy Tony and Blank Face with Jadakiss. I'm like, oh my god.
Staring at him with the Blank Face.
I think the only song that I'm on is that part, maybe. And the E40 feature. That besides that though.
We ain't gotta read it.
Complete project. But for me, when it comes to Blue Lips itself, I feel the exact way you are. I feel like we got his best rapping. I feel like we got every variety of Schoolboy Q in terms of his rapping ability. We didn't get as much as the we didn't get the crazy sporadic Q a lot on this album. We got it here and there, but I feel like he's not really trying to focus on him doing the theatrics on his rapping, more so his actual rapping performance of his lyrics, how he's rapping, the flow, the tone, all those type of things he's focusing on. And I feel like I said, we get a bit in pieces of him from Oxymoron, Habits and Contradictions, Setbacks, Blank Face. We get all that in this album right here. So I feel like it's a healthy mix of everything.
And what was this? I think his number one goal was to make us feel that way as well. And I'm like, the feeling he was going for, he did it. I feel like he executed it. Because like that first listen, I was like I said, like everything you kind of like wrote down, like what he put in the meaning of the definition, definition, my bad. Like, I felt that way, bro. And I'm like, man, why do I feel this way? Because some people say they click first listen. I'm like, yo, the first listen for me was hard.
Yeah, I like the songs.
Yeah, I like the songs separately.
But as an album, I was like, I don't get it. It's not cohesive. Like, bro, they're not going into each other. I'm like, what is this?
Yes, I'm like, man, hold on. What was it?
I got to say that, though. TDE seems to be on a run with introspective albums recently. With Herbert, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and now this. I'm like, all right, what are we doing, Black Hippie?
But like, man, do you want to go into like production features?
Yeah, we go into production because we already talked about Schoolboy Q's performance on this album. Pretty good, amazing for Schoolboy Q itself.
Amazing, bro. Yeah, amazing.
When we go to the production itself, I feel like it was a good amount of varied production. But when you listen to the album multiple times, it's not the same, but it's
it's like in the same
enough,
theme,
but it's just all reordered weird.
Right. Because
to where it's like I'm getting this same similar type of beat,
right,
but somewhere different and not right beside each other, which I do like.
Like we got 18 songs on here, but I feel like we got way more.
Oh yeah, especially with the beat switches in them.
Yes,
oh my god,
we got way more.
I feel like this is one of Q's best produced albums. I feel like this is, besides Blank Face, his second best produced album.
This produced very well, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like some of the beat switches, especially when they feel like completely different songs, like the song with Movie.
Bro.
I love that song. I just hate that Schoolboy Q didn't hop on that second beat. I'm like,
but see, this one thing I like about Q, right? So like I told you how it felt like a movie to me. I feel like these are other characters that's in his movie, like different, like so he letting his little homies on, and like letting them perform. Like even the producer guy, Devin Malik, like he had some stuff. It's like cool, but he was like, Q putting the little homies on or whatever. And even with Jazzy, never heard of her.
Yeah, never. She was only on the hook though.
I
feel
know,
like Q did his thing curating on this album in terms of like the Rico Nasty, and that's the one thing I was like, she didn't really do anything on here.
I love Rico.
I started thinking, I'm like, he didn't necessarily place his people as a feature verse, but more so as a feature of the actual song.
I'm telling you,
itself.
like he used them all like
as an instrument,
as
like
what they good at. He used them what they're good at. Like her, she's really good with aggression and how she raps. I love Rico Nasty, bro. And like I said, the Devin Malik guy, I only knew him from like production. From I think he produced some stuff on like Isaiah's Rashard album. I never knew him from like a rapper. So like I don't know, he was okay. I didn't dislike him. And then Freddie, I don't know. You said you I don't know how you feel now about that Freddie verse, but I don't know. Are we still on production?
Yeah, we're still on production, so we can talk about that later. But production overall, I think that this was stellar on all forms. And I think that Q has not lost it when it comes to actually picking a beat and seeing, okay, I want this different beat right here.
Can we talk about Thank God for Me beat, bro?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, bro.
No.
No, bro. That the third switch, when they merged them together, perfect, bro.
I was like, dang, I'm like, because we could get more.
Bro, that first beat, I'm like, ooh, that's mean. I love the vibe. But then he switched it, the chicken.
Oh, when it got to the hard beat?
Bro, when it got to the chicken head, sample, and then he merged them together, I'm like, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this song right here.
What's another beat that's like stood out to you?
Obviously, you already know that Alchemist beat.
That switch. And I was like,
because at first the beginning, it felt like he was doing the sample of an Alchemist beat rather than Alchemist getting an actual sample and doing it.
One day we're gonna get a Q and Alchemist full album.
I need that.
I mean, at least nine, because they got like Lucy's together. And stuff like
that. But I need that album because I need it to be a cohesive project. I don't need just the Lucy's. I need a whole project from that. And Jazzy with the whole little the hook part. I'm like, all right, what are we doing right here? I mean, the three basically beats in Ohio, I feel. Because there was like three different beats in that
it was
song.
like the first beat was kind of mellow, and then the second beat
went up, and
then it went back chill. Because I think that third beat kind of similar to the first one, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was mellow, but was it the same?
I would say it's mellow. I don't think it was the same exactly.
Beat? Okay.
But when Freddie got on that, because I heard the flow, and the fact that Q has such a good performing on all three of these different beats, and it's not the whole same flow going through each beat. And I'm like, you're giving me a different experience with each piece of the song, Q.
And it's hard for me to not to bring up Blue Slides either way, because like the
Blue
jazz
Slides might be one of the best songs.
That's probably my favorite. That's why we'll get to that. But like, bro, Blue Slides, like that beat, amazing. I love the sample. That beat just. I love a whole like album of Q just rapping on smooth like jazz beats
because he fit really well, and I'm glad that Q knew what to do on this album when he got each beat. He knew not to go super crazy. He knew not to get super wild. Doing which I do love that.
I love it,
but I love that on certain beats, not on every beat. And Q knew how to rap on each of these beats. Yes, and these beats to me perfectly fitted Schoolboy Q.
So what beats? What you got? What you got with production?
Movie is also especially the beginning, and then we get to the second part. I'm like, dang, Q, you can get on that. I'm like, look, I don't even know this AZ chicken.
Yeah,
he did his thing on there. I'm like, oh,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I think we just need it, bro. Like I feel like some of these songs, like Nunu, felt like an interlude to me. Like Movie was like an interlude to me. Like,
same.
You know what I'm saying? Some of this stuff sound like, all right, this is like a little, part in the album. Like,
I will say the only beat that I really wasn't too fond of in terms of I loved it.
First?
No, I like that one.
I don't like that sample.
Fo.
I like Fo beat. Him and Ab was rapping his butt off, bro.
To me, it gave me older, it felt like an older song for me.
It probably was.
Because when it comes to songs like that Q and Absol have, I love it whenever they're going to collab on their projects with each other.
Right.
Because they always give a stellar performance. This song gave me that same vibe, of back in the blog era though. Yeah. It didn't give me like a new Q, new Ab-Soul, but that's mostly because of Ab-Soul's performance, not really Q. To me, Ab-Soul gave a bit of a weaker performance on here.
You don't like his verse?
Only because it felt like old Ab-Soul. It didn't feel like he grew. It felt like I literally ripped him from the blog era and put him on this. It's still good verse, but
hey, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that.
To me, it feels old. Yeah. That's my thing. It felt like it didn't grow. It felt like literally if you listen to like Sopa or Drug You with H Words or Drug You with H Words Again, those songs.
But it's two different songs, B. It's a different vibe on the album.
No, but I'm saying it feels like those songs when it comes to Ab-Soul's performance.
But you might be right. It might have been an old song, but I don't know.
To me, that's what it feels like. I feel like Schoolboy Q still leveled up in rapping because I feel like whenever Ab-Soul's on the track, he's gonna have to match him somehow because Ab-Soul,
he's gonna go.
But production overall, stellar. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. But
I say amazing. It's probably bro.
That's a stellar.
Bro, this album is gonna be album of the year contender, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just hoping it doesn't get swept away because it came out so early in the year. I'm hoping because we're in the first quarter still.
Oh, we is. So this stand in the rotate.
That's so scary to me. But after we talked about Q's production, let's talk about some of the features. Right. And do you have a favorite feature on here? I feel like the features, like I said earlier, they weren't really standout performances in terms of, we're going to get a fire.
But I'm saying they're cool. I'll just say my standout.
They played their part. They played their role.
I say my standout, I say Freddie, bro.
I'd have to say the same.
Yeah.
I hated that because I'm like, at Freddie and then Ab-Soul? I'm like, oh, you going to make me fight?
I just love Freddie on that beat.
And
And bro, at first,
he ate that.
Bro.
At first, I didn't like it.
I know you text me. You're like, you don't know how you feel. But I'm like, nah, Freddie was on that joint.
Yeah, nah.
And then that one line about like
beating up these academics.
No, but he
I'm
said,
gonna catch a case when I see academics or whatever he said.
But he'll say like dang, I don't know if verbatim, but he was just saying like he could put a hit, just put it on the budget. I was like, yo, that's hard.
Nah, Freddie, he did his thing on here. I will say that Freddie to me was the standout feature on this album. But I will say that
Rico, I like Rico
as Chica, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah,
he definitely did his thing on that beat. Yeah. So I can't be mad at overall. I think that the features were pretty good. They all played their part.
I feel they weren't like the standout.
They wasn't the show stealer. Yeah, which is good because I think he focus on Q on.
I think he not pretend. I think that was like intentional in a way because like Q was all it's his album, so he's all over this album, bro.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But we talked about features. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the songs that we really liked, some of the themes, some of the concepts.
Right. Okay.
And I will say that to me, this shows a mature Q. Crash Talk to me was a bit all over the place, which I get it because it's Crash Talk, and you know you got those super hype songs.
But I feel like every artist like kind of have that crisis of like, okay, what am I doing? Type shit.
And I feel like this album to me, it really showed and reflected like what he's kind of been going through or thinking of in the past 5 years, especially with him not being a father, which is a huge thing because he's been out of the rap game for 5 years, probably been focusing on fatherhood. He says even now he still eats off of oxymoron, but to not make music in that long and you be a rapper and I don't know how he feels about rap in general, like if he loves rap or like, he has a passion for it, but to be out of it for that long, you not really doing the features. This album to me gave me a great pickup / checkpoint vibe for Schoolboy Q itself. Yeah. It felt just phenomenal, especially with some of the things that he was touching upon. Yeah. Like I said earlier, the school incidents that happened that shouldn't be happening.
He said like that was in Cooties. No, he said that in Blue Slides, right?
Blue Slides or Cooties? Because I remember Cooties, he was saying something about how he helps people.
Yeah.
People only come around him for favors and things like that.
So like in Cooties. Blue Slides. Because they kind of similar.
They're similar in terms of content, but they're different in terms of like how he's rapping the content.
Because like Cooties, I don't know if he was struggling from like what they call a survival's guilt in a way. Because like he was bringing up some of the stuff that he can do with his kids and like, I might just take them out of school.
Or I might, that deadbeat line too.
That deadbeat. Sometimes you gotta, and then she cheating. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, ooh, that hit. Because like a lot of people go that, you be working hard and that milkman pop up on the door. You know what I'm saying? So I love Blue Slides, bro. Man, my standout track. I love the subject matter, the things he was talking about. So that's probably my standout track on the album. That and Cooties when it comes to like, I guess subject matter. And Time Killer. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm about to say that whole run from
bro.
To me, Back in Love or Lost Sometimes, bro, up to Pig Feet. I'm like, oh my Lord, bro. I'm like, Q, what are we doing right now?
Nah, bro, this album, this album's good.
It's really good.
It's really good, bro. Yeah. Like, it's crazy because I remember like on like my 6th listen, I listened to the album like 10 times. Like I'm probably more, bro. I might be being a little, you know what I'm saying? But
facetious,
yes, but I was just saying like, I'm like, bro, maybe it's not that good. And I listened to it again. I'm like, nah, it's good, bro.
Like I never had a problem listening to it all the way through, and I never was like, oh, let me skip this.
Yeah, I just played.
I never had that feeling in here,
and like
at all.
I'm gonna piggyback on the older album from Q. Blank Face, I revisited. It seems long. It seems it's dragged.
I will agree with you, but that's because I feel like he was trying to go for. I feel like a lot more songs are focused and concentrated on Blank Face, which I give it a bit of a pass. But I will say towards the end, I'm like, all right, Q, come on, let's wrap this up. This is like that movie that's just like 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's like, all right, let's defeat the villain now. Where are we going right now? But honestly, I mean, coming under an hour, 18 tracks, felt like way more.
It felt like way more tracks. I feel like we got, bro. It don't even feel bloated to me.
No, not at all. Not at all. Especially with something always different happening within the tracks themselves. So you never get bored or nothing ever overstays its welcome itself on this album right here. Amen. Like I said, songs like Thank God For Me and then the Blue Slides, I'm like, bro, Q, what are we doing right now?
Yarn was cool. I love Lovebirds, bro.
Lovebirds is good.
Movie, of course. Bro.
Oh man,
only song I actually really don't care about is First, only because of their sample. I was the one that fucking up first. I was the one that fucking up first.
I think it was the one.
Who freestyle is that? Who is that?
I don't know.
Is that like an ASAP Ferg or something?
But to me, that was the one fun track. So I'm like, all right, I'm cool with this. To me, it was the one fun track. Like,
it's a track that I can go without. I'm just the only track. If I have to put one,
that's Foe for me.
Yeah, Foe could be. Yeah, Foe is not like.
No, but I'm saying for me.
I'm just saying, but Foe. I'm just saying, Foe is like. Probably like a second or third song I don't like. The second song I don't really care for.
But everything else on here, I mean, generally this whole album to me, no skips.
Yeah,
everything was good overall. I think that it's hard for me to pick a standout track because there's so much varied production. There's so many different things happening on this album. This album is chaos.
We do like top 5 tracks or top 3. I think I could do top 5.
We could definitely do top 5. Right. You want to go off with your top 5 first? Or
yeah, I can do my top 5.
Go ahead.
Coming in at 5, I'm gonna do Lost Time. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into Time Killers.
Okay.
Then Thank God For Me, Cooties, and then Blue Slides. My favorite, my number 1.
All right. So for me, my 5 tracks, no particular order. Thank God For Me, Blue Slides, easily. Back in Love. Oh, I love that song. Ohio. And I'm probably gonna do Cooties.
Cooties is.
Oh, but see, I love Time Killers and Pig Feast.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh, man. See,
Pig Feast is
cute.
Left.
You made such a great album. I feel like. Can I fit all 18 songs into my top 5?
Like, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I said 5, because I saw him doing like 3. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that 3 is hard.
3 is hard.
Just 3?
3
but
is
see,
hard.
I love the thing that Schoolboy Q was like, my 3 favorite songs
it's gonna change
with each day. Right. I'm
like, bro, I listened to Time Cruise today. I had to run it back. I'm like, Time Cruise is so good.
I be wanting to do that, but I'm like, no, I gotta get to that next song. I like that next song too. See, that's my problem with this album. Yeah. To me, this is the best project I've heard this year, probably.
Oh yeah. So far, yeah, best album.
So I will say that TDE, I don't know what they're cooking over there. Yeah. Black Hippie. I need J-Rock to come up.
Yeah.
J-Rock?
I think they actually just letting them do their thing, bro. That's what it seems like it.
Oh, yeah. But I need J-Rock to come through, though. Because everybody from Black Hippie has came out with an introspective album these last 3 albums. Yeah. J-Rock, please don't let me down. Because Schoolboy Q, I really wish I had a J-Rock feature on here, too.
No like J-Rock feature.
Yeah, no. There was an absence of actual Black Hippie members on here. Except for Ab-Soul, obviously.
And I wasn't expecting that Kendrick.
You wasn't?
Nah.
I expected some background vocals because
I know how he do on Blank Face.
On Crash Talk too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did background vocals. I forgot what song it was, but he did background vocals.
Because usually Kendrick tracks out his albums. You know that he do all the. I don't know if he did it.
He helps him like curate.
Yeah, I don't know if he did it this time.
Probably not. I don't know
because I know they are really close. Even though I know K-Dot's not in the camp no more. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
But I'm pretty sure they're still friends outside.
Yeah, of course.
Like they're still. I hope they are. They're still Black Hippie outside of TDE.
That's kind of like. That's kind of one of them things you want them to be friends still. Like, man, I hope Kendrick talks to him about that. I don't know.
I need to see them do music later on. But I actually want to see them outside of music, like do something media wise together.
It's like crazy, bro. Like I actually bro, since I've been listening to them since I was like 15 or 16 years old. Like watching them. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird.
So since like for me, I feel like Schoolboy Q really came out during the blog era.
Yeah, 09, 10, around there. 10 is like
Black Hippie, TDE and all of them really got big during the blog era itself, and seeing them all kind of like bond with each other with different people. I always feel like I saw Q and Ab-Soul and Q and Kendrick do their thing. I never really see J-Rock except for with Kendrick.
Because he was Kendrick. Kendrick was J-Rock hype man because I think they was the first 2 signed to TDE.
And this was before J-Rock got to TDE because he was with
I think
Tech Nine.
Yeah. So, no, J-Rock was with TDE before Tech Nine.
No, I thought he was with Tech Nine.
Nah, I think Strange Music was a deal he did while he was with TD.
Okay.
Because I think TD was the first people that grabbed him.
Okay, but I mean, honestly,
yeah.
This album was
Q,
so good.
If you watch this review, bro, we're gonna try to put you in it. But bro, hey man, you did amazing. Keep this up, bro. Take 10 years if you need. Be a dad. Watch your daughter go to college, bro. Come back with that dad golf album. But, I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, to me, this shows that Q and some rappers from that era have a place in hip hop of today. Bro. Because a lot of these rappers, they can't take off 5 years and still come back, and a whole bunch of people are talking about them on the internet. Yeah. A lot of these rappers, they take some years off.
Yeah, they get forget about. But I feel like Q always been that, like Q, Kendrick, even J-Rock in a way. Even though I know he's hardly not at like Q status, or him and Alpha Soul, you know, they kind of like lower. But even though I know J-Rock has like more commercial success, but I'm just saying Q is that type of artist that he put a lot of thought and like work into his albums that we give them breaks. You know what I'm saying? Even when like Crash Talk came out, we was like, hey, yo, he's dropping something. So it's like, we gonna be hyped anytime Kendrick drop. I mean, not Kendrick, because Q drop.
Everybody from Black Hippie, they drop quality projects. They drop quality content. So Q, honestly, I told you last episode or 2 episodes ago, you need to come with it.
Yeah.
I'm eating my words right now because you came with it, man. I really enjoyed this album. This was a great album, phenomenal album. Got to get this on vinyl.
Oh yeah,
gotta get this on vinyl.
I didn't get the pre-order, bro, only because I wanted to listen to the album first.
Oh yeah, I'm just not blindly buying things.
Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I blindly bought a lot of stuff in the past.
Yeah, sometimes. But that's with an artist that you know for sure.
Right.
Crash Talk was his last day, so I'm like, if I would have pre-ordered that, I would have got the album. I'm like, I really want this.
Yeah.
But Blue Lips is definitely a vinyl I do want to cop in my collection. I do want to preserve the heat because that is something worth preserving itself, especially in today's modern age.
I remember he was doing questions on Twitter. I should have asked him, is he going to tour? Because I know he said he don't like touring.
He probably is.
Yeah.
That's how you make most of your money off of that.
Yeah,
but did you see that he actually ordered his albums himself?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, because I know he put Blue Lips first. Mm-hmm. He put Blank Face second. I think he put Habits of Contradictions 3. Yeah. And I'm like, I think I would have put Oxymoron over Habits of Contradictions.
I wouldn't.
Why not?
Nah, Habits better than me.
Like I said, I re-listened to it.
Me and Q list is like that on the same.
Okay, so I got the list right here. Number 1, Blue Lips. 2, Blank Face. 3, Habits of Contradictions. 4, Oxymoron. 5, Crash Talk. 6, Setbacks.
Only I switched Setback and Crash Talk, but
I think I keep those 2. I think I switch Oxymoron and Habits of Contradictions.
Setback is more of like, I guess it's just more with me with nostalgia because how I used to play that crap.
I think I switch Habits of Contradictions. See, it's a hard part because I think that consistently and thematically, Habits of Contradictions is better, but there are a lot of highs I really like on Oxymoron. But it goes for that commercial appeal, and he even admitted something towards that. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, you're sacrificing the art for the money. I get it. You got to play those plays sometimes. But I'm like, dang, I do like the commercial tracks too, except for Collard Green.
Hating Joint is like, come on, bro.
Hating Joint is so
come on, bro. But to me, off that alone, that's going over Oxymoron.
Habits of Contradictions to me is surface level Q. Nah. Compared to Oxymoron, he's talking about selling drugs to his uncle. He's not snitching on his uncle. He get beat for that, and he gonna snitch on his uncle or whatever. Come on, dog.
Bro, I witnessed that stuff in the hood. That ain't nothing to me. I'm just saying, I seen people sell dope to their grandma, bro. It's a rap.
Are you Freddie from Pinata talking about if I don't sell dope to my auntie, she gonna get it from someone else?
Hey, facts. But nah, look, bro. Habit is better, bro. Right. And then Blue Lips is my number 1 Schoolboy Q album. I don't know if it's recently biased, but bro, you put your heart in this album.
Oh
bro.
yeah, he did.
He put his heart in this album.
And so it's hard for me to rank those 2 because I'm just like,
because Blank Face is your heart.
Yeah, Blank Face is number 1 to me. I'm sorry, Q. You did a great project with Blue Lips. If Blank Face didn't exist, Blue Lips would definitely be number 1. But because of thematically and conceptually, I just love Blank Face a lot more, just from where it starts to where it ends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just loved it on first listen. Boom, it got me. But I will say that I do love this project because this project forced me to have an opinion like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
It made me, I don't get it. Let me listen to it again. I really enjoyed that.
That's when I knew I was going to be on the, I was like, hold up, I don't think I understand that. I couldn't wait to play it back. And I don't know, bro, it just, first song, bro, not even first, well, Funny Guy, whatever. Second song, Pop, is like, oh, I got it, bro. Pop. It is. I was just, oh, this is fire, bro.
I just love the fact that he gives us Q sprinkled here and there, different versions of Q, and I'm like,
I just love when they just cut off like Rico Nasty when they're
like, yeah.
I didn't talking about, and then Bro, I was like,
thank God for
no, bro. Oh my God. And you know, people been wanting that song because of the Boiler Room set he did. And he did a snippet of that song, whatever, that was on the internet. But Q, you put your foot in this, bro.
You did your
thing. What they say with the grandmas, they put their foot in their little ankle in there.
Yes. Hey, no, he put his whole leg up in there.
His whole leg
in there. Pause on that, because I like
you like I put my leg up?
But yeah, bro. Schoolboy Q, amazing album, man.
All right, bro.
All right, but speaking of amazing things.